All right, welcome to the FeedBak podcast. Everybody, my name is Back, and this is episode 202. Yes, winning 200s. Congratulations, me. Woohoo, 7 years in podcasting. I'm just now breaking 200. Holy fuck. Anyway, do me a favor though. Go to iTunes, go to wherever you listen to podcast, look up the feedback, share it, put a comment, a rating that helps. If there's somebody you like, just let me know. Somebody you'd want to see, a comedian you like, just let me know. Just follow the feedback everywhere on social media. Feedback BAK, of course, because that is my fucking name. All right. So today's guest is the very funny Greg DiPaul is in the virtual building. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thank
Hanging
you.
in
Thank you.
there.
Thank you for doing this on Easter.
Yeah, man. Happy Easter. You celebrate Easter?
I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us must because like we're both doing this right now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, my son went with his mom to Dallas to because they do Easter. They do the whole
Mhm.
searching for eggs from rabbits and stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, if he's gonna learn that tradition, might as well learning with his mom, not with me, because I don't care. And so,
Yeah.
hey, 3 day weekend for me. That's what that is.
It's
That's what Easter is to me. 3 day weekend
a
without my son.
vacation.
Exactly. A little break from being a dad, so I get to go and see some comedy and all that good stuff. So, but you don't. So you never celebrated Easter?
No, my family does, but they're in New York right now, so I'm just here. I'm probably gonna call them after this actually. Say
What
Happy Easter
what do you do?
on Easter.
Yeah. Besides the eggs, you go to church or
Yeah,
what is?
that's it. It's the eggs. Then you go to the church, and you come home and you eat food, and that's about it.
That's any
That's pretty
Sunday.
much pretty much any Catholic holiday is you do something in the morning, like Christmas, you open presents, then you go to church, then you eat food.
That's true. And you know what?
That's what you do.
Can you think of a holiday that does not involve food? I was trying to think about that the other day, and like where there's not a gathering, and then there's food involved. Trying to think of one.
Um, is- People eat food on St. Patrick's Day. I feel like there's no St. Patrick's Day meal. I feel like everyone just gets drunk for that one.
Okay, I'll say food and drinks. MLK Day, you don't really do anything.
No.
Yeah, okay, there's one. That's might be the only one that I can. Maybe the only one I can
That's
think
good.
of.
That's good. You have me start the podcast saying I don't celebrate MLK Day. That's a
I mean,
good look for
well,
me.
I'm saying there's other ways to celebrate MLK Day.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it.
You post "I have a dream" on your social media, and you're done for the day. Then you can go about your business, and that's it.
Yeah, you don't have work.
That's it. I think that's enough. That's all you got to do. Just say, "I have a dream." I have a quote from Martin Luther King. Post that shit, and then go do whatever you want to do. That's MLK Day.
Yeah.
I don't
Enjoy your day off from work.
exactly. So, how did you get? First of all, what you're in Austin now, but where are you? Not from here, right?
No, so I'm from upstate New York.
Upstate New York. All right, and you started doing comedy over there.
Yeah, so I started doing comedy and like it was kind of weird. I didn't start it like normal. So like I didn't go to like stand up clubs or whatever or like normal open mics. I was
Uh huh.
just in college and they had like a stand up campus club pretty much.
Stand up
So I
campus
just
club.
yeah, so like in college they have like little clubs, like chess club or whatever, and one of them was just like a stand up comedy club. So I was like, oh, that
What
sounds fun.
What do you do there?
I mean, you do stand up. They're just like they're just like in a classroom instead of in like a bar or a club.
Anybody could go, or you had like to sign up and register to be part of the club, so you can go and perform in front of a class.
Uh, it was pretty interesting how it worked. So like anyone could go, and then like the more often you went, like then
Mm-hmm.
they had like additional shows and stuff they put on campus and stuff. So if you went often, then you kind of got involved in that thing. But anyone could just go and tell jokes. It was like once a week, twice a week sometimes.
What made you want to do that?
Uh, I just always like
Pussy.
stand up.
No, I'm kidding.
Say what?
I said pussy, but it's college.
No, believe it or not, there's not a lot of that. The college stand-up clubs.
Well, I mean, you get funny, but you go to the the stand-up comedy thing at the in that club, and then you get the girls at the party, college parties.
True,
No, you didn't do
true.
that. You didn't, idiot.
Not really, not at all.
It's like that was last year, man. No. So how did it work? How did it work? Break it down.
Like, how did it? So like, pretty much it was like they would have meetings every week, and it'd pretty much just be like an open mic, and
Okay.
then like once a month they'd put on like a show or like a house party, and then they'd pick people who were doing like okay in the meetings. They'd pick like 8 or 10 people,
Uh-huh.
and you'd get to go up. I
And
mean,
you
it was
just
cool because like sometimes I got to perform in front of like 150 plus college kids,
holy
which
shit.
is sick. Yeah.
Wow. And did it what college was that in Buffalo? Is it
Uh,
upstate? Not that I would know, but
yeah, it's like a New York State school. It's called Binghamton.
okay. And is
It's
that
like
is
a
that some
small school
is that something
upstate.
that they have in different schools? Because I never heard UT didn't have a stand-up comedy club when I was there.
Yeah, I think it depends on the school. Like I think any school could start one, but I don't think they all have them. I was just lucky that the one I went to just happened to have it there.
So there was no other club you wanted to be a part of. You're like, this is what I'm gonna do. Art,
Well,
theater,
I wanted to do the
all the
im.
clubs, all the clubs. You're like, this is the one.
No, I wanted to be on the improv team, but they fucking cut me. So I was like, I guess stand up will work.
It's, did so did someone tell you you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it out? Like, what? Okay, let me rephrase my question because now I'm just rambling. Um, I'm always curious about what it is about a comedian that makes him start, a comedy career, or just pushes him or her to get on stage and tell jokes. It's
Mhm.
I've had a bunch of people on the show, and I've heard anything from, hey, I'm from a large family, I'm the middle kid, nobody gave a shit about me, so I needed attention. So I was cracking jokes when I was a kid to get attention from my parents because nobody gave a fuck about me. Or there's the, oh, I was kind of a weird kid and didn't really fit in anywhere. So telling joke was my way to express myself and to connect with people, and that's how I got on stage and I loved it. Like you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like some sad, depressing story to start on no one paid attention.
Yeah, no, yeah. I
I
make it
noticed that
sound
a
like
lot of comedians they have like a no one paid attention to me, so I started telling
I
jokes,
need to.
and that's
Yeah, I want to be accepted. I want to be accepted. Please, please love me, please. And it's like that's okay. But I mean, there's all kinds of backgrounds, but those are like the ones that you hear about a lot.
yeah. So I just did like theater in high school pretty much. Like I did like acting, like musicals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to college, I for the first like 2 years of college, like I went to like community college, so I didn't really do anything on stage. And then when I finally went away to Binghamton, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of fun now that I'm here to maybe. I liked acting in high school, so I could try out for improv. And then they cut me, and I was like, oh, well, the stand-up club just lets any motherfucker in there, so I guess I guess I could go up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I always liked performing on stage, so I think like it just kind of naturally happened. And then like all the people there were pretty nice, and like that's why I ended up making like most of my college friends, and
Did,
it
did
just
you
worked
have
out.
a did you have an older sibling who was in acting, or parents or anything like that? That was that a family thing?
No, I'm the oldest, and none of my family. I think my great grandpa was like a musician, but like no one else in my family is really like a
An
performer or
artist?
anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I'm gonna show everybody how it's done. So you get on stage and you knew people, and I guess you knew people in the audience. Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, the first time I ever got up like at that club, I didn't know anyone there when I first went up. I just went there. I had like one stupid joke. I don't even remember what it was. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
you
up there.
do. Yeah, you do, Greg.
It was something I don't remember the punchline. I know it was like something about like my family, but I don't remember like what the punchline was. It was like something. It was so stupid, but I remember it was like a 30-second joke. I went
Mhm.
up there, I said it, got like half a chuckle, and then I sat down. And I was like,
One
that was
joke.
awesome.
One joke.
One joke.
You did a 15-second set.
I did like a 15, 30-second set. And then I was like, then they were like, all right. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And then I went and sat back down. Like,
And you felt great.
I felt all right. I was like, all right, that wasn't terrible. I could go up and do, because like I went to like a few meetings before. So I
Mhm.
was just watching kids like go up and just completely embarrass themselves. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna be that bad. It's terrible that that's what gave me confidence. Is I was watching other people like, all right, I can't get that bad. Bang went up there and did that bad. I
I'm
can
better
go up there
than
with my
that.
15. I can go up to 15-second joke and not embarrass myself like that.
You're like, yes, this was great. All right, next time I go, I'm gonna go for 40 seconds. I'm gonna tell 2 jokes. I got this. I got
Pretty much.
Greg, I got this, man. I'm gonna go up and do two. And maybe 6 months from now, I'll get to a minute.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how long were you part of that club thing?
Uh, about 2 years I was in
Oh,
it.
2 years. Wow. Do you move up? And
Yeah.
is there like an officer and then a treasurer and all that stuff? Or is it
So
just
yeah, there were those things. I just never wanted to do them.
yeah?
Like I ran for one once and I didn't get it, but I was always allowed to perform. So I was like, oh, I don't want to do the responsibility shit. I'll just go do the fun performing part.
And what changed after you went up? Like, did people look at you differently? Like, oh, this funny man Greg, or oh, Greg.
Oh, my bad. I just dropped it. Uh-oh.
It's like, oh, look, Greg is so funny now. I'll give him some. Like, well, did anything change? It's college.
Uh, yeah, I think it's just like, I don't know why my do not disturb thing's not working. I keep getting. Oh, my bad, man.
All right, hold on. Let me pause it. So what changed?
Um,
More
I don't
popular?
think. No, not even that. I think just like before that, I was in school. I didn't really like school that much the whole time I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so when I was part of that, I was like, oh, these are like friends. We're all kind of into comedy. I've always liked stand up, like watching it. It's always been one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, just going there. It was pretty much I just made friends that had like similar interests to me, and it was like the first time I did that when I was at college. So it was pretty exciting.
You got. And what year was this? Sophomore, junior, what?
Like junior year,
Junior year?
college.
So
Yeah.
between junior, senior year, by the time you graduated, you got no pussy from comedy.
Uh, like a little bit, but not like a crazy amount.
Hey, you get what you get, man. You get what you get. It's like
I don't know, and I don't even know if it was from my comedy. It just more location based.
like, yeah, I'm the dude with the dad jokes. I'm the 50-second kid. I'm the 15
Wait, in
second
the
kids.
comedy or in the bedroom, the 50-second
Both.
kid? Oh.
I do 17 seconds on stage, but I'm gonna give you 40 right here. I'm gonna give you 43
Yeah,
seconds right here.
I could do a whole minute with the two of them combined. You'd be fucking
Don't ask me.
surprised.
Don't ask me to tell jokes. I'm gonna lose my erection. I swear to God. Oh,
And
that's
trust me, you're
dope.
not gonna want to fuck me anymore after the jokes. So
Oh
let's
no.
just
Like, oh, I
this is
bombed. I'm sorry, I
business.
bombed. I'm only 1 year in. God damn it, shit. Give me some time. I gotta work my
Uh,
way up to 2 minutes. So graduate from college, right? Yes, no.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, did your family know that you were doing all that? Did they come see you ever?
My family has still never seen me do comedy.
Do they even know you do comedy?
Well, they know because I moved here to do it, but they still have not seen a single joke I've told.
Oh man. And well, what? Okay, so but before you move, like, do you move right after college, or did you stick around in upstate New York to do some more
Yeah, so
over
I
there?
stuck around. I graduated in 20, like the end of 2019.
Ugh.
So I
Sorry.
lived in Bingham. Yeah.
I'm so look, man. I graduated in 2004. I'm old. But go ahead. I'm 2019. Gosh, shit.
I'm sorry reminding you about your age, but
I'm good. I look just like you,
yeah, man. If
skin wise.
I look half as good as you when I'm your age, I'll be
Yeah, you'll
Feel
be
good.
fine. Not gonna happen. Lotion, man. Lotion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I already got like sometimes the circles under my eyes. I look 30, but
Yeesh. Take care of that now. Take care of that shit right now. Because white
yeah,
man is
no, the
ready as
thing I have
well.
to do is sleep, and I don't do a lot of it. That would be the way to take care of it. But no, so I lived in actually right after I graduated sucked, right? Because I had like an apartment lease.
Hmm.
So I still had 6 months on the lease, and I graduated like a little earlier than everyone else. So I was like, oh, the last 6 months will be sick. I'll hang out. I'll just kind of work a job and pay like my low rent. I'll
Hmm.
still get the party with all my college buddies. But then COVID hit.
Oh, that's right. You're
So
only a year out. God damn. You know what? I keep thinking like you had the great life for it, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. 2019, you just graduated. Okay.
yeah, no, so I thought I was gonna have all this fun, but then COVID happened and everyone I knew went back to their house. I still had to pay for this apartment, so I was just stuck in like a small upstate New York town where everyone dipped.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing happening. It's closed down. And the worst part of it was this fucking job I got was I was a debt collector. So it was in an office
Whoa,
for
whoa,
the
whoa,
first
whoa, whoa.
month.
Hold on. You the motherfucker that calls people and go, hey, do you need all this money?
I was, yeah, yeah.
That was your job.
I was a professional asshole for like 6 months. Yeah.
That was the last job you could get. It had to be like this. There was no other option.
I no, it wasn't like so the reason I got it originally was because like it was just a 9 to 5. It was like paid decent. I was like, all right, this is pretty low effort.
Yeah.
And it was like in a building. But then as soon as I got my like certificate, like to be allowed to do it, they sent us home. So now I'm just sitting in my apartment by myself during the pandemic, calling people who just lost their job, like, hey, I
Oh.
know you lost your job and your life is terrible, but you have a JP Morgan Chase credit card that you owe like 10 grand on. You want to start making payments?
You must have felt like you must have felt like an asshole. I mean, it is a job.
Oh,
You can't be mad at the fact that it is a job. Like it is,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
look, man, I'm sorry that I'm calling you and like you just lost your home, you just lost your job, you just lost your grandma to COVID, but I didn't need the $10,000. I'm sorry, man. I'm just doing
Like,
my
hey, I know this sucks, but don't you want to be fiscally responsible during
I mean, what
like,
what kind of I mean,
oh,
I'm sure you got like cursed out all the
oh, I
time.
got cursed out. I got told I had no soul. They said, how could you call during this time? How could you even still do this? Like, I got told all kinds of shit all day. And plus,
And
I
you're
was in
like,
my house.
check next.
Plus, I'm in my house by myself all day. And these are the only people I'm talking to all day.
Oh my God, that
So,
is depressing.
oh, that job was the worst, man. And then even worse was during the job, they'd have
Uh,
a meeting once a week
uh-huh.
where they'd play the phone calls, people who did that at their job. And I'd get played like every other week in front of like my whole company. To be like, all right, we're gonna
What?
take a look at this call. Yeah, they're like, we'll take a look at this call and we'll see what they did wrong, okay? And then like
Oh my
everyone would just
holy
be there
shit.
like everyone would be there like, I hope it's not my call. I hope it's not my call. And then it'd come up, hello, my name is Greg DiPaul, and I'm calling from like, oh fuck, what did I do this time? And then the whole company would be listening to it, and then they'd critique your call and everything you did wrong in it after.
Hey man, look,
And
it's
dude, this is
COVID.
a $13 an hour job.
$13 an hour, and you work 9 to 5,
Yeah,
Monday to Friday.
dude. From Monday to Friday, I got $13 an hour to get like verbally abused for 8 hours a day,
Wait,
pretty
what?
much.
Did you had so you had set times you couldn't call like at I don't know how one debt collectors call it.
Uh-huh.
Can you call like after
Yeah, so
hours?
no, so I'd work 9 to 5, and then like depending on what time it is in like each region of like the country
Yeah.
is like where you're allowed to call. Pretty much like I didn't check that though. They just give you a list and you dial the numbers on it all day.
Wow, man. Did you try to trick them? You know, when telemarketers call like, "Hey, how you doing, man? Having a good day?" Oh, by the way, yes, I'm calling in on behalf from blah 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 blah. do you have to like, or they give you a script you have to follow?
They give you a script you have to follow, but like the most awkward part is the beginning part of the script because like you have to get the person to confirm their identity in order to like tell them that they owe money. So like you'll just be on the phone like, is this so and so? To be like, I'm not answering that till you tell me who this is. And I'm like, well, I can't answer that till you tell me who this is. They're like, well, why would I answer if you're not gonna tell me who you are? I'm like, because I'm legally not allowed to answer unless you tell me who you are.
And you go
So
back and
that
forth like that for 2 minutes. Holy
and
shit.
then like something a lot of times I get annoyed too, but finally they'd be like, fine, yeah, it's me. What do you want? You owe 10 grand on a credit card after they're already like pissed off at you.
Do you have this was this your first like cold calling job? Because you know when you do
Yeah.
sales, you do the same kind of deal. You call people
Hmm.
up, say not to collect money, but to get their business, right? But man, you got then
Yeah.
you are set for comedy because the amount of rejection you must have gotten is freaking insane. Like you're set for life. For 6 months, you did this every day.
Every day.
God damn. Did you tell your parents about that part?
Yeah, yeah. About like the debt collecting thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you major in?
English.
Oh, at least you had proper English when you called them.
Yeah, no, like I'm spending college like writing about Shakespeare and shit, and then I go to this.
I mean, it's great because well, were you allowed to kind of go off script a little bit? I mean, tell some, not necessarily maybe tell some jokes. I don't know, but like try to, you when people get comfortable with you on the phone, and after a while they'll tell you whatever. I worked at a radio station in Austin for
Mhm.
6 months. And I was sales. I wanted it was a hip hop R&B station, still exists, 95.9. Um, they hired me because I'm black and I know hip hop and there's no, and that was it. They're like, oh, you'll be great. You'll be able to sell and call and everything. And I would get on calls. They didn't give me a list. I had to make up the list and then I call people. And as you get, the more you call the same person and then you start to get to know them before you even pitch them, I would like
Mhm.
actually get to know him, like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back, blah, blah, blah. We have digital services like social media stuff. But before I even get to that, I would just shoot the shit for like 5 minutes. And my boss would get mad at me because, like, dude, you're supposed to sell, not get to know the people you're selling to.
Yeah.
So did you have like the same people that you called over and over again? And after a while, they just knew you?
So no, I usually only dealt with the people like once or like sometimes twice. Like if they were about to like pay, they just like say, "Hey, I need to like make a phone call with someone," and then I call them back like later in the day.
Oh,
But usually it's just one phone call. But the reason I always got in trouble is because I would go off the script, and then and then a lot of times I'd go off the script and be like, "You don't got to pay this shit. I don't care." Like,
like, look, man, I'm still getting paid 13 an hour regardless. My life is shit.
exactly.
I'm by
It's
myself
like I
now
could have
podcast.
made commission, but I was so bad at it that I knew I wasn't anyways. Sometimes if someone would get annoyed enough, I'm like, "Hey, yeah, you're right. Why do you have to pay this? Go ahead. You're good.
Oh
You can hang
man,
up."
6 months of that shit. God,
Yeah,
props to you, man. By yourself in your apartment, man. And so you came here for comedy then,
yeah,
specifically,
yeah. Specifically,
just last year.
January. I got here like 3 months ago.
Oh fuck. Okay, never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. And you told your parents that yeah, I'm gonna be a professional debt collector caller, or what would you tell them? Austin is a great market for debt collecting.
No, no, no. I didn't want to be a debt collector. I told them I was coming here because there's a comedy scene. And I was like, yeah, I'll also be a teacher. And then I came here and I started doing the teaching stuff. I was like, I'm not doing that. So now I'm directing traffic for the COVID vaccine.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me about that. And when that's over, what are you gonna do, Greg? Um, I don't know. I'll go back to debt collecting, I guess.
Be an Uber driver. I don't know.
Dude, man, I wonder who are those people. Like, you don't see when Uber first came out, it was kind of a cool thing. Like Lyft, Austin even had its own like rideshare company.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I did in 2016. I did that for about a month or so, and it was called Ride Austin. It was right
Mm,
around the time that so when Uber and Lyft came to Austin, there was they didn't want to do background checks on their drivers, and so
uh-huh.
Austin was like, no, if you want to come here, you have to do background checks, like fingerprint background checks on your drivers, and Uber and Lyft were like, fuck that, then we're not doing that, because if we start doing it in
Mm,
Austin, every single city is gonna ask for that kind of shit,
background checks.
and we're trying to get anybody and everybody with a car to drive our to work for us.
Yeah.
And so Austin was like, nope, if you don't want to do that, then you got to get the fuck out. So they left.
Uber's like, we don't care about your side hustle as long as you can drive this
No,
car. You can commit
exactly.
whatever
That's what it
crime
was.
you want as long as you are not on the job.
Exactly. You could be alcoholic as long as you don't drink and drive. I don't give a fuck. You have a car, you can do this shit.
As long as you don't get caught drinking and driving.
Yeah, but and so when they left, there was a void in Austin for ride sharing. So there was these two millionaires that said, "All right, we're gonna start our own shit called Ride Austin." Same kind of thing.
Mhm.
But the drivers would get 100%. I think it was 100% of the whatever the revenue for what they drive. But more importantly, all the money that they made, I don't even know how they made money. No, it was like no, it was 80%. Sorry, it was 80% went to the driver, and the 20 was not going to the millionaires. It was going to nonprofits.
Mhm.
So it was a nonprofit driven ride sharing company in Austin, and then a year later, Lyft came back and said, "Okay, we'll do background checks and write off anyway."
Uh,
And when Lyft came back to Austin, like, yeah, we're Lyft, we're cool. How about we give free rides to musicians to their gigs? This is Austin, right? Music and shit. If you're like, yeah, yeah, I like that, I like that. Right, Austin? Fuck y'all. They support musicians. That's really
yeah,
what happened.
fuck the nonprofit company that was donating all their money to charity. Lyft is giving free rides to the band.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. They got in good with the music organizations here and said, yeah, this is Austin, right? Yeah, so we like music, we want to be part of this, so we'll give free rides to musicians to their gigs, and it worked. And nobody
Yeah,
for Ride Austin Drive or even Ride Austin again, and now it's gone.
I didn't even know Ride Austin was ever a thing. So,
Dude, there was so many of them. Like at least, by the time Lyft and Uber left, it was like one of those prop B thing that people voted on,
mhm.
and they there was at least like 6 or 7 ride sharing companies in Austin out of nowhere that you never like companies that used to do ride share just from the airport. We're like, oh yeah, we're
Mhm.
going to expand our fleet to all of Austin, but they didn't have enough drivers, and their app,
Mhm.
most of those apps, they were waiting for Uber and Lyft to get out the way, and they built apps and everything. But once Lyft and Uber left, they were not ready for the surge of demand. So apps were crashing. It was nuts. It was fucking nuts. And the stupidest part is that Lyft and Uber spend millions lobbying against that proposition, to where you would get phone calls that you could have done that job. They could have they would call people and text people like, hey back. It's like, hey back, it's Stephanie. Are you gonna vote for Prop A? Because if you vote for Prop A, blah blah blah. And they will call you and ask you, are you gonna vote for, and they spend millions on that shit. Millions.
Damn.
And then they got the fuck out. They lost the vote and they had to leave. So a little history on ride sharing in Austin. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Not that you give a shit anyway. What I'm saying is, yeah. Now it's like I can't. I've gotten into a couple Ubers and Lyfts since the pandemic, but I can't find a single white driver.
A white driver?
Yeah, because when they first started, it was a cool thing. Hey, my name is Michael. I'm a Uber driver. I set my own hours and blah 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 blah. It's so great. I can meet all kinds of people. No, 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 no.
I'm a self-starter.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm my own business owner. Like, no, you're not. You fucking drive your car.
I have a car.
You have a car. You're not a business owner. You just happen to have a car.
You're a car owner. That's about. You're a car owner and a phone owner, and that just happened to work out for you.
And that's all it takes. You can be alcoholic too, but you still have the job.
I'm a car owner who can't get a background check. Let's go.
Hey man, it's weird now. It's weird. I had did you take Uber out? Do you have a car here or no?
I have a car, yeah.
Did you drive all the way down?
Yep.
Oh man, that was from New York to Texas.
New York, yeah.
By
I
yourself.
split it up though. I did it in like three
I hope
8-hour
so.
chunks. Yeah.
I hope so. I mean,
I've been talking to comics here who are like, yeah, the first day I drove like 18 hours. I'm like, what?
that is
And they're like,
nuts.
like a lot of them did it in like 2 days then though. They're
They
like I
were
drove 18, 17 the first day and then 9 the second.
they were in a rush to get here. God damn. But
Yeah.
did you stop along the way and do some comedy as you drove by? Or you just went straight here.
I got straight here.
Oh, okay.
So like I just my first night I just stayed at a friend's. He lives in Virginia, so he happened to be like pretty much right on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next night I just stayed at a hotel and then got here.
Uh, the young life. I can just get in my car and leave. Bam. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like what was that? What are you at? 24, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
just turned 24.
yeah, I don't remember 24. Not because I partied and all that stuff. I really don't remember. Because when you pass your 30s, the 20s are just a
This is a
blur.
big blur.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So are you doing anything else besides comedy and directing traffic and at COVID vaccine sites?
Right now, no, because I'm working like 50 hours a week doing that COVID thing.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
so I just get up, I go to work, and then I come home, I eat like quick here, and then I'm just out to the mics,
Where,
and then I go to sleep.
which one is it? Dakota one? Is it?
Where is it? It's in Round Rock.
Oh, it's in Round Rock. That's where the vaccine site is.
Yeah, it's at like the Dell Diamond Stadium
Dell
there.
Diamond, yeah, the baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what'd you think of Austin when you first got here?
I mean, I've never lived in a city before, so like I was just
Oh
driving and
shit!
I saw.
You called this
Yeah,
a
so I
city?
was like, yeah. I mean,
Wow,
considering the last city was Binghamton, New York.
Binghamton. That, that's
Yeah, man.
okay.
Binghamton and Newburgh are always competing for like the number one murder rate in New York. So that was a cool place to live. But
Is it diverse?
where Binghamton?
It doesn't sound like it, but I gotta ask.
No, not really.
Yeah, okay. Small town.
There's like
upstate.
40,000 people. It's kind of sad. All the factories closed, so it's just whoever was left over.
Oh shit! It's a factory town.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, it's like one of those like upstate New York like ghost cities that has no industry left, and everyone just kind of smokes crack. I guess I don't know,
What
but
what is the Binghamton? I can't even say it. What is it? Binghamton?
Binghamton. Yeah.
Bingham. God damn. How you spell it?
So it's like Bing Ham Ton.
Oh, it's Ham. Okay, Big Ham.
Yeah.
It sounds like Big Hampton, like you're in the Hamptons, but it's not. It's Binghamton.
Not even close.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it. It's Binghamton, New York. What is Binghamton, New York known for?
Pretty much like the school is like probably the biggest like draw there. Is the college.
Oh, okay, it's one of those. It's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Otherwise,
mean, it was pretty.
No,
Say
go ahead.
what?
No, go ahead.
No, I liked living there though, and I think it was a fun time. Like I enjoyed the city. I actually liked it a lot. Uh, it was actually starting to get nicer as I was leaving, like the downtown area and stuff.
Okay, well, define downtown because there's no buildings, right? It's one of those like Main Street, and then one level
Yeah,
shops next to each.
downtown was like one street with like a few restaurants and bars. That's like
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah.
one horse carriage for no reason. One of those things.
No, 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 we couldn't have a horse carriage. That would
When I think small town USA, I always think that
we're
it's
not.
Main Street
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like it's not. It's like 40,000 people ish.
ish. Okay, and then how
So
much
it's
is
like
the college?
how many people? I think like 15,000 were at the college or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like a place like when I went to UT in 2001, they were at about 70,000. Just UT.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
I
bigger
mean,
than
it's
the
one
whole
of the
city, I would think.
yeah, it's one of the biggest you know universities in the country. So it's its own city, really. So
Yeah. I
UT
mean,
is
Austin
bigger
has what, a
than UT.
million people ish?
I
Like it has
think
about a million people.
Just Austin Metro is I think we've passed 2 million. I think, and when you
Oh,
but,
really?
but yeah, when you say Austin Metro, because it used to be um just Austin, but now you go from Georgetown all the way down to Buda, Kyle, San Marcos.
Oh, okay.
That's considered Austin Metro. So I think we just passed 2 million. I think. Um, that I don't know how many people were here when I came here in '98, and it was still relatively small. I mean, you drive downtown, and the only high rises were the UT Tower, uh, the Capitol. I forgot what year the Frost Bank came up on Congress. I don't remember. But anyway, it was. But on the east side, it was darkness. It was all lit up on the west. When you're driving down I-35,
Mhm.
look to your right, and you see the Capitol and UT Tower, burnt orange, and all that stuff. And look to your left, it was like darkness,
It's
nothing.
dark.
Seriously, like you wouldn't
Wow.
venture out east. Like when you walk on the 35, one block east, you wouldn't even go that way, let alone park there to go to Sixth Street.
Oh, it was that bad?
I mean, it was like a thriller video at night. Like they would just come out. I mean, black people and Mexicans would. It was like they were crawling out of the east side, go under the bridge, go to Sixth Street, party where the light is and where the bars are, and at 2 a.m. you just crawl back to the east side. It was
Just
like
be
that.
like a whole like herd
Yeah, that's really what it was.
going into the darkness.
Yep, and then they go home back into their caves. It was like that. It was like that. But I said they, like, yeah. That's fucked up. But what else do you do? Here's what I'm trying to get
uh
at. Here's what I'm trying to get at. And I know if I'm trying to think if I talked about this on the show before. I probably have, but I've been having this conversation with people. Um, like I'm big on, like, you don't define yourself as one thing. When people say, "Well, I'm a lawyer," I'm like, "Well, okay, you happen to be a lawyer, but there's more to you than just being a lawyer." Or
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
comedian. Well, yeah, but you have a name, you have passions, you have fears, you have things you love, things you don't like. You're not one thing, is what I'm trying to say. I don't like to fit people in boxes, because that's what happened to me, and I don't fit in boxes because I'm Senegalese, I'm French, I was a computer science major. I'm a nerd. I love anime. I danced for 7 years.
Mhm.
I'm just bragging, but I'm saying that I don't fit in one thing. So I don't think that people should put themselves in the box. So that's when I ask you, what else do you like? I mean, you're in your 20s, so there's probably a bunch of you know stuff going on in your head. Like what do I love? What my passion is? I mean, I get the comedy part, but like what else? I guess is what I'm trying to get at. That was a long ass question, by the way. I apologize, but
I good. I like listening to music a lot. That's probably like the other main thing I spend like my time doing.
I look disappointed right now. Everybody likes music, man.
No, I know that's like I listen to a lot of music. Like,
Do you play any of it?
uh, yeah, I play guitar. I
Here we
play
go.
like drums a little bit. Like, I don't have my guitar here though, so I've been playing guitar since I've been here. But I play guitar a little bit, play a little bit of drums. I
Nice.
used to like write raps when I was younger.
Of course, we all did. We all wrote raps. What did you have a rap name back then?
It was just Greg.
Oh, come on, man.
No, because I like Kendrick Lamar, so I was like, if I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna use my real name.
My name is Greg DiPaul, y'all.
I'm not
Shout
gonna
out
be
to the
G
ladies in
Dot.
the
I'm gonna be
back.
Greg DePaul.
Somebody must have given you a nickname. Somebody.
No, that's a weird
Gregory.
thing. I never had any nicknames growing up.
Oh, well, you don't other people give you nicknames. So you'll get one. I'll find one for you.
I don't know. It just seems like Greg's always kind of worked.
No, it's okay. We'll find some. We'll
All
find
right.
we'll find something. You'll never it'll be some stupid, but it doesn't matter. I think somebody will give you a nickname. So what were you listening to that made you like rap? Was it Kendrick? You're a big fan of Kendrick?
Yeah, I just listened to a lot of rap when I was like a kid. Cause like I wasn't even like, I wasn't really allowed to listen to it growing up. So I didn't really start listening to it till I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I started listening to it, I couldn't stop. Like I just loved it.
Oh, now we're gonna go deep. Okay, so you're 13. That means this is what the early late 2000.
2011.
Yeah, early
Yeah, like
2010s. So
early
Drake is the
2010s.
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Drake is the guy at that
So
point.
Drake was probably just starting to be the guy, but the main guy at the time, that was when Lil Wayne was like
Yeah, yeah, Lil
on the
Wayne.
tear.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
is that when a Millie and Lollipop and all of that stuff came out?
Yeah, yeah. I think about that was like 2008. And then when I started listening to it, like yeah, I started listening to like that stuff Carter 3. And Carter 4 was like just coming out at the time. So all the kids my age were like listening to that.
Of course you were.
And then Drake was just starting to pop off a little bit.
Best I ever had. Best I ever
Drake, like I
had.
think was
Yeah, that
that
song. I was
and
in the club
Thank Me
already.
Later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not a Drake fan.
Yeah, and then I think when I first started listening to it, sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm,
You're
I'm
not a
not a
Drake fan?
no, not at all.
Oh, I love Drake.
Of course, well, yeah, you're right. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm sure if I was your age, I'd be all over
Yeah.
it because he's the biggest name, right? And so I'm not gonna sit here and give you the whole well, my music back in my day was way better. This is not rap. I'm telling you, I grew up. I Run DMC was rap. Wu-Tang Clan was rap. Mobb Deep was rap. Snoop Dogg was Ice Cube was rap. But with this humming the huh, that is not it. No, I'm not gonna get into that shit. But I do know that there's a study that was done that said that when you reach 33, you
mm,
don't listen to new music anymore.
mm,
That's the cutoff. And the reason why is because by the time you're 33, you starting like the two things happen. One, you're more mature and you start to kind of like get settled in your ways kind of thing.
mm,
Either you have a girlfriend, you're about to get married, or you already have kids. So you kind of like, yeah, you start listening to whatever your kids are listening to, right? around
mm.
around that age. But more importantly, it's like you already have the soundtrack of your life, of your youth, right? Whatever you listened to when you were a teenager, all the way through your 20s, like there were key moments of your life that have a soundtrack to it. The first
Yeah.
time you
You're
kissed a
more
girl.
emotionally attached to it.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Whether it's prom, your first kiss, your first dance,
I'm
first time
already
you got
like
married.
24 and I'm like, yeah, I think what are these kids doing now? Like
Oh no! Do
I'm
not
already
give me
getting
that.
to that point.
No, no, you don't
I'm
get to do
already
that.
getting to that point. I listen to some of the new artists. I'm like, these kids know nothing.
Oh,
They they don't know how to make good music. These
okay. Let,
what
let,
are
let,
they doing?
let me
They
ask you
got
this
dollar
because
signs in their names.
I'm the same way, and I've always been a music snob my whole life because I actually collected music, not records. I'm a nerd, so I burnt a lot of CDs. I have
Mm.
boxes sitting right here full of remember CDs? I don't know if you remember CDs.
No, yeah, I
Okay,
remember
okay.
them. They see them
Like
in museums and stuff. Yeah.
but like you could burn a CD and put music on it. And so I have at least like 50 spindles of CDs that I burned of hip hop that are sitting right here in this box.
Then those are like those tall things that you put them on, right?
You
Like,
stack your CDs on a spindle. It had a
yeah,
little
okay,
stick in the middle, and
yeah.
you put yeah. So I have like 50 of those. I have a lot of those, and then Spotify came up and be like, well, fuck you, then. All this shit is just
Mhm.
collecting dust. But I don't like Spotify. I only have Spotify because of my son. Otherwise, I like to listen to my shit. And so um I'm my beef is this. I don't think it's not like my music was better back then. Um I think that and music that's out now sucks. My problem is it it sounds the same.
Mhm.
So if you're listening to whoever the baby or the other baby or young baby, old, I don't know the babies. I don't know the
There's a lot
babies.
of babies out
There's a
there.
lot of fucking babies. I don't know why they have all these babies. Somebody need to get them babies. Um, but it's like, give me something different. Like I understand that this kind of hip hop, you know, exists and people love it. I get that. But back in my day, you had a little bit for everybody.
Mhm.
Even in early 2010s, you know, Lil
Yeah.
Wayne, you had Drake, Busta was still putting out stuff, you know, you still had I think Missy was had some stuff out. So it was a diverse spectrum of different sounds and different voices. But now it's kind of like cookie cutter type thing.
I think it's also like I feel like a lot like in music, a lot of themes kind of repeat over like decades. You know what I mean? Like they make music about like a lot of the same human topics.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're younger and you hear that kind of stuff for the first time from whatever artist is out, when you are out, when you're like listening to music, when a newer artist makes kind of like a similar thing, you're like, ah, I've already heard this before. But some 15-year-old kid will be listening to that, like, oh, that's what I'm going through, like for the first time. Maybe
That's what you're going through, really?
I'm not 15 anymore. I just know, like, when I mean, I couldn't relate to anything Drake would talk about when I was 13. I
Well,
didn't
of
have
course.
all these
Look,
expos. Like,
look. I listened to Snoop and Dr. Dre when I was 13, and they were talking about killing niggas and all this shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, Mister Buster, where the fuck you at? And I'm like, I didn't know. I lived in France. I didn't fucking know. But
I'm just like, I'm 13 listening to Drake, like, man, yeah, I know all these hoes are hard to deal with. They break my heart.
life is
Meanwhile,
hard.
I've never had a girlfriend.
Yeah, I live in Binghamton. Yeah, shit is hard in these streets. The streets of Binghamton, son. That's right. Binghamton up in this bitch. That's
I have so many girls hitting my line, I don't know what to do.
no, okay, but can you agree? Humor me this.
Yeah,
Um, can you agree? Can we have a consensus that there is such thing as good music?
yeah.
So, in the sense that you can all I don't no matter what you're into, rock, country, house, hip
Mm.
hop, whatever you're into, but I think there should be a consensus of okay, Michael Jackson is great music. Prince, you don't have to be a fan. We're not asking
Oh,
you to
great music.
love the shit. We're just saying,
Great music, though.
yeah, it's like the Beatles,
I
Queen.
love Michael Jackson and Prince. They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
So that's the thing. Like there are kids today who don't know who these people are, and I blame the fucking parents.
Yeah.
That is sad. So if I told you, because I've had this conversation with people, and I'm like, look, uh, can you look at me in the face and tell me that what oh shit, who's texting me? Godfrey is texting me. All right. Sorry. Um Michael Jackson, regardless of what he did or
Mhm.
did not do, whatever, but it's good music. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in hip hop. If you don't have to be a fan of Jay Z. I'm not a fan. I'm not a Jay Z fan, but I'm like, holy yeah, Jay Z
Oh, you
does good.
understand like what he did,
Yeah, like if you
what
think
he
about
built.
if you think about what the artist contributed to music.
Yeah.
Um, for example, what Stevie Wonder came up with, nobody else did that before.
Mhm.
Like Stevie Wonder came out of Motown. He quit Motown and said, I'm gonna stop doing music for white folks, and I'm gonna start fucking with these two nerds, computer nerds, who do music with computers." And that's how Stevie Wonder found his sound. And nobody else did that. Prince, same thing. James Brown, nobody else did what James Brown did. And from James Brown, you get hip hop, you get soul, you get all of that shit. And so
Oh yeah.
people get so caught up in what they're into that if you dare, like, you know, talk shit about it or anything, they get on their house. Oh no, this is not music. This is no. I'm like, no, just be honest. This is considered good music. There's a Hall of Fame for a reason. Like these people get awards for a reason. And so you can't
Yeah.
sit here and tell me that, yeah, I don't know. Trying to think of somebody who does good music now is hard. Who today makes good music? Oh, Bruno Mars. Shit, Bruno Mars made good music. Anderson Paak, great music. Like objectively speaking. Am I just ranting here? I don't know. You're looking at me
Mhm.
kind of crazy.
No, no, you can. I'm just listening.
Oh, no, but I appreciate the fact that well, you were right on the cusp, I would say. Because if you tell me that you're a big fan of Michael Jackson, you know what came before you is what I'm saying. Because a lot of kids these days, they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
and that's what we did.
And also
That's
just knowing what comes before it makes you appreciate what's happening in the music now because you can see how it was influenced by what came before it.
exactly. Like there's no hip hop without
Yeah.
sampling. And sampling is what? You go back to old 50s and 60s records and
Hmm.
find a loop and then make a beat out of it. Without James Brown, there's no hip hop. It's really that plain and
Yeah.
simple.
Or
So
even you can see like Kanye was super inspired by like Ray Charles and people like that.
exactly.
But if you didn't listen to Ray Charles, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah. But it's a and so because there's not that sense of, oh, let's revisit what came before us so we can evolve the sound and evolve the music. Because
Mm.
you can't be an artist 20 years ago and make the same music today. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Shit changes and you gotta, live with the times. If now you need to put out a single every 2 weeks because TikTok demands it, you got to do that.
Yeah.
So
I think also rap's kind of I feel like since rap was only kind of came out in like the 90s, like 80s was when it started. Uh, my water's pipes going. Um,
oh
like I feel like now since it's become the biggest genre in the world, so I feel like it's become almost more like pop in some ways. Where like now a lot of it's industry controlled because people realize you can cash in on it. Where when
right.
it first came out, it was like they were just doing it for the music to express themselves
Yes,
in
that's
like
the
a
difference.
unique and original way. But now, yeah, there's a lot of industry behind it, and I feel like when money gets into art, it always kind of can't think of the word, but like dampens it
Yeah, it
a
dilutes
little
the
bit.
thing. Yeah, it
Dilutes it.
waters it down. But
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
but here's the thing though. The barrier of entry is smaller than it's ever been because you can put your shit on
Hmm.
SoundCloud and then blow up. That's how you get all the littles, little Uzi Vert, little this, little that.
Wow, little,
Yeah, a lot of
little,
the
lot of
littles and the
little,
babies. Just I don't know why they want to stay young
a lot of
forever.
little
That's really
baby.
what it
There
is.
is an actual little baby. One of the guys is little baby.
Yeah, there's baby and there's little baby and
There's
the
little
baby,
and
right?
baby and little baby.
They what see? You know what it is? I think it's a I know actually white people do it too. There's little Dirk or little Perp Pump.
Little Pump.
Yeah, isn't he white?
There's a little Dirk too. I think there's a little Dirk too.
Oh, the fucking littles. The fucking littles.
I think that's his name, Little Dirk.
I think it's I mean little and fill in the blank or young and fill in the blank. It's because I think they
I don't even
recognize.
mind. I think the baby's pretty good. Like he's not even a bad rapper. Little baby's not bad.
I can't name you a single song.
Mm.
I really can't. Maybe if I heard it and you told me that's the baby, I'd be like, all right, well, that's a baby. But I
Yeah, the
can't
baby's pretty recognizable. Like he's got a very
really
distinct. Yeah.
like name me. Can you rap a song by the baby? Just give me don't
Uh
rap it. Don't just recite it. Please don't rap it. Just recite it. and just recite like you're doing a script, and you call it me to collect $10,000.
Yeah, like it got like I know, like he has that one, I think that song he started off was like, what was it called? Stooge. It's like hot pack in the mail, I'm gone, something 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 something. But
Oh, that's him.
yeah,
Dun-dun-dun-dun,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
dun-dun-dun-dun,
yeah, yeah. It's pretty
dun-dun-dun-dun.
catchy.
That's him.
Yeah, that's the baby.
I had no idea. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
yeah,
Dun-dun.
yeah.
See, that's how much I know, how little I know about babies. God damn, that's him.
You, the baby's probably. I think he's one of the biggest rappers out right now,
Yeah,
besides
he
like
is. He is.
Drake.
I
He's
trust me.
huge.
Like I said, I recognize the song now. I didn't
Yeah,
know it was him. Does he have another one that's like top charting?
yeah. He has a song. It's called Rockstar. Something like
I
I
can't
don't
play it
gonna
because
be a rock star. Something 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 cop car.
oh yeah, great. You're on Rockstar with Cop Car. Oh, babies should not rap. Babies,
That's billions of streams though.
hey,
That one,
good.
I think that's his biggest.
Hey, dude, by all means, go get your money. If it works, it works. I'm all happy for you. One of these, look, if you end up, if you fast, here's the thing: if you fast forward 20 years from now, and the baby is still the baby, or little baby is still little baby, I'd be like, give me something else. Next thing you know, you'll be calling them asking for $10,000 because nobody plays their song no more.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's a diversity that gets to me, and I'm like, okay, and I like to dance. Like I danced for 7 years in a hip hop crew, and I'm like, if it's all the same shit, it gets old after a while. And I like the diversity, and the thing is, so you were born in what, 90 something, nine,
7.
7, yeah. So the 2000s, do you know anything from the 2000s?
Like any music,
Yeah.
I can't think of specific stuff off the top of my head. But if you start like playing songs, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
one.
so
Like I've
if
heard
you
that
think
one.
if you think about 2000s hip hop, 2000s hip hop is like the culmination of the 80s and the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
because in the 2000s you had, like, that's when 50 Cent came out. That's where Eminem came out. That's when Ja Rule was the shit with his let's do hip hop, and the whole, like, I'm a rapper and I have an R&B chick on the song. He started that shit. And
I feel like
everybody
the
started,
early 2000 like hip hop club bangers were fun too. With
yeah,
like,
that's when Neptunes, at one point, the 40% of all hip hop songs played on the radio was produced by Neptunes.
damn.
You know Neptunes, right? Pharrell and Hugo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to assume. I know you know Pharrell, maybe not Neptunes. That's what I'm saying. So it's like there was so much variety in the different sounds. That's when Sean Paul started coming out. Not started, but he
Mm.
been out, but like getting bigger. T Pain, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown. That's when it was like everybody was stepping the game up in the mainstream and in the underground as well. So it was kind of like the junior year of hip hop, and where they know what came before them, and they were inspired by what
Mm.
came before them, but they took it their own way and made this fucking mosaic of sounds and of hip hop, and that's when Outkast was like on top of everything. Even though Outkast is
Yeah.
from the 90s, but this is when it was like the culmination of all of that work, all of that, all of those sounds. And then the 2010s started going kind of like same shit, same formula. Now we're not doing it because we love the music. We're doing it because, yeah, there's money in here.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. I mean, there's still like I think like when Future came out, he had a different sound than like a lot of people, like that mumble rap sound. He did that well, and then a lot of people took that and kind of just made watered down versions of it.
No, I mean, it needs. I think that once you recognize that, and you would think that because there's a lower barrier of entry, people would be like, okay, I have all the tools, all the tools out there to make music.
Yeah.
So it's more approachable. It's more easier to get in and just put my shit on YouTube. Make something creative. Make something different. Greg, pick up your guitar. Do something. We
Oh,
need you
you
out
don't
there.
want that. You don't want that.
So
There's got to be another savior. It's not going to be me with my guitar.
look, you. There's a great responsibility on your shoulders, Greg. You have to carry this generation.
I have to save the rap game.
Hi, my name's Greg DiPaul, like Kendrick Lamar, real name. You know what I mean? I'm from Binghamton. I'm here to save hip hop.
I'm here to save hip hop. I don't know if it needs saving, but I'm gonna save it.
Look, for a while, people were like, hip hop is dead. Hip hop is dead. Like, it's not dead. It's just, it went on the ground. And like everything, if you want to find the good shit, you have to dig a little bit. But at one point,
Yeah.
you didn't have to dig as deep to get the good shit because everybody was doing dope shit. So, yeah, I just
Also, I was
ramble.
just like, I bet if we go to like a 15-year-old kid, he would know exactly like what's the good shit and what's not.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah.
But I what I don't want, no, no, I don't want. What I don't like is if I go to a 15-year-old kid
Well,
and
15-year-old kid who knows music, you can't just go to a random one because like there are
okay,
15-year-old kids when I was a 15-year-old kid that listen to some fucking garbage pop music.
uh-huh.
But if you go to like a 15-year-old kid who probably knows who Michael Jackson is, knows who Prince is, listen to a lot of early 2000s hip hop, he'd be like, yeah, these are the new people I like that remind me of those people that my like parents listen to or whatever.
All right, let's generalize. Do you think that if you ran into a random 15-year-old kid and you played, I don't know, AT Aliens by Outkast or Shook Ones by Mobb Deep or Wu-Tang Clan on the fuck with or UGK one day, do you think most of them will go, what is this bullshit? Or they go, oh, this is kind of interesting. What do you think they would say?
Uh, I'd like to have hope in the youth, but I'm not sure.
I don't. I don't. You know what? And this is what my son is 3 and he has a Spotify playlist and
Yeah.
it's a mix of Disney songs.
Your son's three
Say,
years old and knows how to make a Spotify playlist.
say
He
what?
knows how to make one at 3.
No, no, no. I
Your
made it.
son?
No, I
Oh,
made
you
it.
made it.
Oh, come on.
I was like, he's just there like, yeah, this is pretty fire. I just learned how to talk yesterday, but
No. So this is what I do. I'm in the car and I'll play like I Can't Wait to Be King, The Lion King, right? He likes that, play that, and then right after I'll play Michael Jackson Dirty Diana. And I just watch him.
to see how he reacts.
See how he reacts. And I'll ask him, I'll say, hey, do you like it? And if he goes, uh-huh, I'm like, all right, cool. Add to the playlist. And then I go back to some bullshit kid song.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the song I play after that is like Studio by Phil Collins, like a straight up 80s joint. And then he goes,
Yeah.
okay. And then I remember he had a full 2 months when he was a huge fan of Black Sabbath.
That's sick.
And he liked Iron Man. Like we watched the movie, and then the Iron Man song comes at the end.
You like War Pigs?
Huh?
You like War Pigs?
By Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
I don't even know the song, but he likes Iron Man. That's the only one I knew. But
Okay.
and then seriously, for 2 months straight, Daddy, play Iron Man. And he goes, dun, 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 dun. And then he would sing the words. He'd know the lyrics. So when I've gotten in trouble because I've played hip hop like "Keep Your Hands Ringing" by Dr. Dre, and they curse in it.
He's saying the words.
Yeah, and it's
pretty interesting. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got exposed to music pretty interesting because my parents were like 8 years apart. So like my dad is all in the classic like 70s rock, like that was his era growing up. But my mom thinks that's like old people music, and she listened to all like 80s, like Michael Jackson and Prince and artists like that growing up. So when I'd be like with either of them, I'd get 2 totally different types of good music.
That's good. Does your
pretty
dad
cool? Yeah.
Does your dad have a record collection or something or MP3 collection?
Yeah, he listens to a lot of music. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. See, they raised you well, and you went to be a debt collector and a comedian. What happened?
Yeah, that just no, all
I'm just
my
bullshitting.
fuck up. They didn't fuck me up. I fucked myself up. They did nothing wrong. This
Like
is
I
all.
always wanted to direct traffic right this way, sir. Just push your car right here by this cone. Stop.
These are all this is all accumulation of my life choices that has nothing to do.
You're
I
still
put
young.
myself in this position.
You. This is the thing. You are allowed to fuck up because you're young. I can't no more. I'm done.
Mm.
I cannot fuck up anymore. I have a life that depends on me. I can't. So enjoy it while you
I'd
can.
like to think if this is the result of me fucking up, it's not the worst it could have. I'm in
Oh
Austin doing comedy. Like I'm
no
having a
no no
blast.
no. But
I'm having a blast.
yeah yeah. But that's the thing. Like it comes. The thing about comedy, and when you listen to Francisco's episode, you'll see what happens. Um,
If
there
he
is a
can get his
lifestyle.
out.
Well, I mean, there is a lifestyle that goes along with it, and you can buy into it
Yeah.
or not. But there is a, you out all day, all night. You drink. You get up at weird. We have weird hours. You hang out with
Mm.
people who have
Yeah,
issues.
I'm lucky. I don't like drinking that much. I'm lucky I didn't get like that one.
Start getting pussy. You'll see. It gets easier.
No, I used to drink a lot in college. I'd get like blackout drunk all the time. But now that I'm like 24, I already kind of did it. So I'm like, eh.
Oh, you think it loses its cool once you turn 21? Like it's
No, not for
not
a lot of
dangerous anymore.
people. Like, just lucky for me. Like now I can have like a beer or two. And I'm like, I don't want to drink anymore.
I don't know. Now I kind of want to see you drunk one time, just to, because you honestly, you seem like you're a very composed kind of guy
Yeah. Uh-oh.
who makes bad choices, but still, like,
Oh,
you're,
when I used to get drunk, yeah, I'd be all over the place.
yeah. I mean, it's college. That's what you do.
Yeah.
It's part of the experience of college. I get that. Like, I didn't, I I remember. I mean, I grew up in France, so in France, you start drinking when you're 10. I had my first beer when I was 10 years old.
Damn.
I had my first glass of wine probably a year after, and it wasn't my parents. I was at a friend's house, and they're French, and their dad was like, "Beck, you ever had a glass of wine?" I'm like, "No, you want to try it?"
It's like, well, now you will.
No, yeah, here we go. Thanks for coming to dinner. I'm like, oh, sure, sir. I'll try it. I didn't like it, but I tried it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's
because
not like I never drink. Like I've been drunk like 2 or 3 times since I've been here. Like I get drunk every once in a while, but
I care. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Go all out. I mean, I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't want to come across like, yeah, Greg, go ahead and get. No, no. I'm just saying that.
actually, the few times I've gotten drunk here, it was kind of on accident though.
There you go. See
Yeah.
that's a different mentality, and I think that's where people get it fucked up because.
Like the most fucked up I got here was I was hosting a bike at Santa Cruz and I didn't even realize it. You know how at Santa Cruz, like the host sits at that table?
Uh huh.
So JC just kept coming back and like filling my glass and I had moved the whole time. So I was just drinking like wine the whole time.
Oh, you
Stood
didn't
up.
know?
I was like, oh, okay. I need to get an Uber home.
No, but you know what? I noticed something when people decide like they work hard all week and then they go, I'm gonna get fucked up this weekend. I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. Chances are it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But when it's just part of it just happens. It one, it's not as big a deal. Two, you don't feel that bad about yourself. And and three, I think it's more fun. And I think
Yeah.
that's a mentality that French people have. Because when I went out with my friends, back in France, and when I go back and visit, I'm not a heavy drinker anyway, but it was
Mm.
never a plan to get fucked up. It's like we're just kicking it, and if it happens, it happens. It's like you go on a date and you're just kicking it. And if you get laid, you get laid. But it's not I have to get laid tonight. No, 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 no. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
But when you're
Yeah.
in
Every
that,
time I've gotten drunk here, it's been like a little bit by accident. I don't feel too bad about it. I was just like
good.
in the moment, like, oh, I got a little drunk. Oops.
Yeah, don't get drunk on
Now
purpose.
if I was doing that all the time and it was becoming a problem, then it wouldn't be. If
Yeah.
I was constantly accidentally getting drunk.
Well, you know those dudes though, right? Those like, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. I'm like, yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I hang out with comics all the time. It's like half the people we hang out with.
I'm gonna do some coke. I'm gonna get fucked up. Like you did that yesterday. Like, don't you want a day off once?
They're like, yeah, but now it's Wednesday, so
Ah, Wednesday is coke day. Tomorrow is beer day. Friday is it.
also Coke Day.
We alternate. This is what we do. Are you part of this or no?
Oh yeah. Say what?
No, I'm just saying. This is what we do. But yeah, but like I said, like all the people that I've met, in this comedy scene, I always uh saw you as a very like composed kind of kid, like not wilding out or anything.
Yeah, yeah, no. Like the worst I do is like I'll smoke weed at things. Sometimes I'll be quiet, just a little too stoned, but that's about as uncomposed as I get.
Nah, but one time I want to
I'll
see it though. One time.
just see me get like hammered.
Yeah, but not on purpose. Not on purpose.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Not on purpose. Just like, as the night progresses, it's midnight, and all of a sudden, you're walking sideways. As long as you make it home, who cares? And
yeah, yeah.
you're around, responsible people, comics who will take care of you.
Yeah. Maybe when my COVID job is up, I'll have like a week of going nuts.
Oh,
Because right
let me
now I
know.
have to get I have to get home by like 11, or I have to wake up at like 5:30 for work.
Oh shit. What's your plan
So
after
it's
that?
like after the COVID vaccine job, I think that ends in June. So I'm just gonna hang out for a few weeks and then get another job.
Oh, unemployment is so great.
Yeah, I was unemployed the first 2 months I was here. It was fun. I like
Oh
saved up all
yeah.
the money I made and I just chilled for the first 2 months. I was like, I don't know, I'm good.
Living the life, man. That's all we can do. That's
Yeah, as
all. That's all we
long
can.
as I pay my bills, like.
Do you have roommates?
Yeah, I'll have like two random roommates. Not roommates, but like apartment mates, two other bedrooms
Oh,
in my
okay.
apartment.
Did you
Yeah.
know them before you moved in or no? No.
No, no, but they're pretty cool. I like both of them.
What
We don't
part of
hang
town?
out a lot because I'm always out,
Well,
but
yeah, yeah. What part of town?
like they're good. I live off Riverside.
Oh, dude. When I was talking about Thriller earlier on the east side, Riverside, you did not want to go on Riverside. There were shootings on
Dude,
Riverside.
it's like mini Skid Row out in front of my house.
Oh, is that what the median is? And there's a bunch of tents?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Riverside.
yeah. I mean, my apartment complex is gated, so I don't deal with it too much. But yeah, once I drive out, I just gotta look straight ahead for the first mile
Oh yeah,
of road.
that's fucking Riverside. That's fucking Riverside. But yeah,
Like,
so are you gonna like pick up the guitar, get back to it, or anything like that?
yeah, I think if I go home at some point, I might grab my guitar and bring it back.
If you go home back to Binghamton?
I'm not from Binghamton. That's where I went to school. I'm like from upstate New York.
Okay, what is
Like
that?
all my guitars are at my parents' house right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you brought him down with you, so you can like do an open mic and hop back on the guitar and do a little.
No, no, I couldn't. I just fit everything in my car, so I wanted to make sure I had all the stuff I need,
The essentials.
the essentials, like clothes and stuff.
Oh yeah, well, but you're fuck. I just keep thinking how young you are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hang it like that, hang it over your head like, God damn, you're young. Fucking kids. Fucking kids. Just
I know I'm young. I'm liking it.
hey, no, own it. And but by the way, like, yeah, last time we were talking about how you got to get sick of all fucking millennials and all that stuff. That's got to get it. Still got to get annoying, right?
Millennials, like my age.
Yeah, you're one of them. You're right in it.
Yeah, we are annoying. We get annoying sometimes.
Entitled motherfuckers. I don't know. I have hope. I
I
try.
think I think that's everyone at like in their early 20s. Everyone in their early 20s like starts to find a cause and care about it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
and I don't think I've had that problem.
What?
I care about making fun of all the causes that people care about.
And you're right. You're right. It's like, I'm trying to find myself. I'm gonna go to Europe and backpack and shit. Like, okay, go do that. Tell me what it's
Yeah.
like. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
take a
gonna go
break
on
from
a
school.
journey of self-discovery and
Yo, if you get on any of those dating apps, that's all these women are doing. I travel and I've been to 27 countries, and they only speak one language, but they've been to 27
I know,
countries.
and yet they still can't get a personality. It's crazy. Like
It's all
couldn't
the
find a
same shit.
personality in 20 countries.
I love to try, and
Seriously?
all the pictures. It's me in the mountains, me on the water, me in the snow, me in this village that you never heard of, me in the woods, me in hiking boots, me doing zip line. I'm like, all right, we get it. What else? That's what I'm
I
saying. Like,
like Post Malone. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, be. I don't understand what people want to. Why people want to look and act like everybody else. Like you don't take pride in being different. You see what I mean?
yeah.
Like you're taught, and and uh we're gonna wrap it up soon, but I wanted to make this point. Like this country, and I can talk shit because I'm American. I've been American for 11 years now, so I can talk shit about my country, whatever. But I'm French too, so fuck it. Uh, is that as much as you're rewarded for standing out in this country, you're employee of the month, you're MVP, you get recognized as an individual in a lot of shit you
Mm,
do. Like when or you get attention as an individual, like you're saying, you're uh they'll play your calls, your debt collect calls, and say, okay, we're gonna isolate you, and everybody gonna look at you like individually. Like this is Greg.
yeah.
Hi, my name is Greg. You got $10,000. You owe us, motherfucker. I called you last week. Blah blah blah. But you are they look at you as an individual, but yet you gotta make sure that you think like everybody else. Like you don't stand out because if you do too much, it's weird. Am I making sense?
No, yeah, I get that like completely. I feel like that happens a lot.
Like you
Like
you got
I feel like it starts when we're in school. Like we're not really taught how to think. We're just kind of taught like what we have to know.
thank
And then
you.
when you go up through it, it's
Yep.
just kind of like, oh, these are the things that everyone knows. And you kind
Yep.
of start watching everyone else. You're like, oh, these are the things that everybody else does. And it's weird for me too, because I was like homeschooled for a while.
Oh shit.
So I didn't
Really?
get, yeah. So
How
from
long?
like fourth to, from for like 4 years, I was homeschooled.
Uh-huh.
Like all through middle school, I was homeschooled.
What was that?
But
Why? There's no school in
uh,
your small town
no,
north.
I think my parents just wanted to like, I think because some of their friends were trying it, and they were like, oh, this is something different. Like this would be cool to try. Maybe
It's
it'll
not a
be
bad
different.
system. If done right, it is not a bad system at all. You
No,
really
I
get
enjoyed it. I
yeah.
liked it a lot.
Did your
Yeah.
siblings get one too? Do you have brothers and sisters? You're the oldest, right?
So like our parents gave us the choice to go to school or to homeschool. So
They
most of
give
my
you a
siblings,
choice? Fuck.
yeah, because yeah, they're like, you would you rather just get sent to school or would you rather like be
Eh,
homeschooled? And I was like, my siblings, most of my siblings were like, after doing it for a year, like, yeah, I want to go back to school. I was like, nah, it's dope.
I
I can
get
do what
it.
I want all because like the way it worked was they gave you a schedule pretty much for the week.
Uh-huh.
So like it was just more like a list, and so you could just kind of do what you wanted as long as you got everything done by the end of the week. So if one day I
Wow.
wanted to, so if one day if I just wanted to like do not like just work till like 11 and then I wanted to fuck off for the rest of the day, as long as I finished everything by the end of the week, I was good. I
And
didn't
you
have
at
to get out of
home.
my pajamas. I didn't have to shower. I was living like a comic as a school kid, pretty much. Like I could do,
Not a
I
bad
could do
deal
what
at
I
all.
wanted. Yeah, I could just do what I wanted all day as long as it was all done by the end of the day or by the end of the week.
Wow.
So it was cool.
I see. I will consider it. I don't think I can do it though. I don't think
But
I have the patience.
homeschooler, it didn't. It's weird. Like all my family, because it's kind of cool. Because like I just had to teach myself a lot of stuff. and then they would just help me when I needed it, as opposed to you have to get taught a lesson this, a lesson that, a
Exactly.
lesson.
Exactly.
So like since I was pretty decent at math, I could just kind of like do the problems myself. My parents didn't need to help me that much.
Mhm.
They would just kind of grade it at the end, and if there was something I was struggling with, they'd be like, "Hey, you need to fix that." But if I was doing all right, they'd be like, "Yeah, you're doing it. Move on to the next one." Just
Yeah, and
well,
you
you
can't.
kind of design your own pacing, pretty much.
Exactly, exactly. And plus,
Yeah.
if you don't get it, like you can't hate your parents. You can hate a teacher who doesn't who can't stand your guts,
Hmm.
but you can't hate your parents because
Yeah.
they're the one teaching you shit. And if they do a good job and actually teach you, it's not. I don't think education is ever about the actual lesson or material that you're going over. It's about
Hmm.
making your brain work.
No, I was
So
just about to say I taught myself a lot of this stuff.
yeah, but what I'm saying is you were encouraged to do so, right? Did
Yeah.
your parents gave you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the opportunity, like, look, Greg, you're gonna have to figure this shit out. And that's what makes your brain go, and then you start to learn and you
Hmm.
develop that way. And it's even a you have a better feeling about what you're learning when it's actually coming from you, not someone serving you on the platter. Say, okay, just know this, get an A, and get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Because I mean, I remember there was always the kid in class that would go, "Is this going to be on the test?" I'm like, who cares about the test? Like you study stupid shit all year long that you're probably never going to use in real life. But the idea is not about the content; it's about making your brain work. I remember I had my in France in math,
Mm.
we studied Berry centers. You know what Berry centers are?
Very what?
Yeah, exactly. Berry centers. Barry centre. It's it,
Very.
it's a geometry thing. It's like the center of a triangle.
Okay.
Right. It's one of those like, okay, do you want to know half one side, or it's like the different points, like key points you have to know when you see a shape. And the Berry Center
Mm.
had to do with triangles. So we studied that shit for like a month and a half. Like, how do you find the Berry Center? That was the exercise. And I'm like, we're never gonna use this ever again.
Yeah.
I haven't used a protractor since I left school. You know, never. And I remember I asked my teacher. I said, "Hey, why are we doing this?" And she goes, "To make your brain work. That's it.
Mm.
It's not about the content. It's not about the material. It's about making sure that you can think for yourself. Because next thing you know, you believe anything anybody tells you, whether it's your teacher, it's your pastor, it's your boss, it's your coworker, without, or you just watch the news and you just take it in without really doing any kind of, without processing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think the American school system has a problem with that lately.
Oh man, I can do a whole
Just trying
podcast
to.
just about that shit because I went through both, and oh my, holy shit, the French one and the
Mm.
American one, and it's scary. It is scary in this country.
Which one did
And
you prefer? You like the French one better or
the
the American one?
before college, the French system is better because it gives you a way better variety. It's like a variety of knowledge and all kinds of fields. Like I had, by the time I got it, I came to this country when I was 16. I
Mm.
had let's see, I had 2 years of Latin, 2 years of German, 10 plus years of English, 4 years of chemistry, 4 years of physics, uh, 1 year of geology. I studied biology, all the different system, nervous system, reproductive. I've studied all that shit by the time I was 16. So when I came here, I'm like, yeah, this shit is easy. This is what we do there. We go to school to study, not to play
Wow.
football and go to pep rallies. We study, and we study to make our brains work better. And then college is really when you start to get challenged by what you just learned, because you have way more people from all over the world coming in into this one place, and then now you're exposed to different things, so you get to learn more. But up until then, it's on you to do the work, or at least
Yeah.
process thing in the way that, look, I'm actually learning. I'm not doing this for an A. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I tend to ramble and go off on this.
I felt like college didn't really encourage creativity that much either.
It's supposed to. That's the thing.
I felt like when I went, I didn't really. I felt like it was just prepping you to get ready for a 9 to 5 job forever.
Look, I think at this point, college is overrated in 2021 and
Mm,
later because you get out of college, you go 4 years, you collect debt, and then people like you call you, and then you're by the time you're done, you try to find a job. You go, we need experience. I'm like, I just started. But if you don't go to college and actually get experience, by the
mm.
time you catch up with your friends who just graduated, you have 4 years under your belt. And like, look, man, I know how to sell. I know how to build a company. I know how to manage a project. I know how to do development. I know how to, negotiate deals. I know how to do all this shit. Meanwhile, you were fucking around getting drunk and going to comedy club. I'm
Hey, that's what I did for.
I didn't mean to like point at you specifically, but that's what I'm saying. Like college, it's that people go to
Hey, at
college.
least I was doing the comedy. Most kids are just getting drunk and going to the club. I was at least telling some jokes in the middle of it.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap this up, man. This was good. This was really good. I get on these rants a lot, and
I had fun. This was a good talk.
yeah. So what's your dope shit you want to share?
Um, it's it's stupid, but honestly, what I've been watching for the past like 2 weeks is that Flagrant 2 podcast, Andrew
Yeah,
Schultz's
shout out to
new
Andrew Schultz.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's a good one.
long
He's been having good guests on that.
long live the flagrancy. Did the Alex Jones one? Did they really actually take it off? Didn't it like go off YouTube or something?
I think it's off, but I think it's still on Spotify.
Oh, okay. You just can't watch it.
Yeah, you just can't watch it.
Oh, okay.
He got hammered on that one, man.
Really? I haven't watched it yet. I mean, I've seen
You
it,
didn't
but
watch it? Oh
no,
my god, he drank like he must have drank almost a fifth of whatever he was drinking. He was drunk.
I'm gonna watch that shit. I gotta catch up. I'm behind on my flagrancy. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Andrew Andrew Schultz. I think what he's done with comedy and the way he's came up. I mean, I've been following the guy for years, and
Out of everyone during the pandemic, I think he took biggest
oh yeah,
advantage
he's the
of
one.
the
Yeah,
opportunity that he had during it.
yep. And
So,
he had a great team around him, and
hmm
honestly, I'm really happy for him. It's long overdue. The man's been funny for a while, and it's like
yeah,
now
yeah.
now now that
And it's
he's
good to see
actually
someone like that getting big.
yeah. I mean he went
People
just
like
got back on
him,
the
people
road.
like Tim Dillon,
Yep.
and like those guys. Yeah.
I mean he's selling out everywhere now. Everywhere he goes, both of them do. He was Tim Dillon was in Austin recently, I think, right? The Paramount. Um.
hmm
All right. So I'm trying. What's my dope shit? My dope shit is I want to give it up to the Romo room.
Romo room.
Yeah, and here's why. I just came back. So Godfrey was in town this weekend, and I've seen headliners there, but I got to meet Rob's dad yesterday. Who I mean, this whole Romo room thing, it's for him. It's for his dad. And so I really like what they built, and the the fact that they have mics every week. I mean, you can go back. I had Rob and Pat. They were like back. They were on back in December.
I
But
gotta go to Romo room more. I've only been like twice.
dude, man, you got to go. It's so now what they do is that after the big headliner shows on the weekend, like once they're
Yeah.
done at midnight, open mic. So there's already an
Oh,
audience
that's
there.
cool.
There's already an audience sitting there. So
Oh, that's
fuck
awesome.
it, start an open
I'll
mic.
definitely do that. What is
Yeah.
it on Saturday? Like yesterday, there was one.
No, yesterday they had the Dirty Birdie one. You know, the Saturday 12:30 show
Okay, yeah.
that Ozzy puts on. But let's say on the Friday, when I was there on Friday, after Godfrey was done, they started open mic, and then people went up, and there was already an audience built in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm really glad. And now, and another shout out I want to give out is the Creek in the Cave. If you haven't been there yet,
Dude, I went there Friday. It looks fantastic. It's so
yeah,
sick.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you've
was
been
there.
there since it's opened, right?
Huh?
You've been there since it's open. You saw like the whole new setup and the
Yeah,
outdoor
I
stage.
was there on opening night. I was there on opening night when
Yeah, it's so
Ali
nice.
Sadiq went up, Saif, and I went back the next day because I didn't see Saif set. And I went back there the next day, and I met
On
Rebecca.
Friday?
Yeah, I went there Friday night too.
Oh, I was there Friday. I didn't see
The
you.
early show. I went to the early show because I went back
Oh,
up
okay. I
north
was at
to
the
see
later one.
Godfrey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At least Sadiq fucking crushed it. It's funny because I ended up in this green room with Godfrey and
Uh-huh.
Cypher Sounds, and I've seen all these shit before, but seeing it live and the way he tells stories blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Blew my
Dude, he
fucking
was on
mind.
mushrooms during when I was watching him.
Really?
He said mid-set, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm on a bunch of mushrooms right now." I was like, "He's still killing it."
Dude, it told a story in the green room about he tried to holler at Lil Kim in the early 2000s at a party, and he was drunk on a Hennessy, and he told that story, and I was crying laughing. It was so funny. I don't want to give it away because it might turn into a bit. I don't
Mm.
want to ruin it, but the way he tells the story is incredible. And yeah, it's great dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited for that the place to be open. It's like going to school almost.
Oh, it is. That's how it was in New
Like,
York, from what I heard.
yeah,
It was like a place for comics to start up and then move up that way. That's where Legion of Skanks were
yeah.
doing their thing. And Rebecca Trent, she co-founded Skank Fest with
Mm.
Luis J. Gomez, and which is actually, I think it's coming back next year. Skank Fest is South. But anyway, shout out to Creek in the Cave. Shout out to Romo Room. That's my dope
Yeah.
shit of the week. So, what do you want to plug? Where can people find you on the internet? All that good stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Right now, pretty much all I'm doing Instagram at the moment. I'm not too big online. I'm still working on stuff. Want to have everything set. But it's Greg underscore DePaul on Instagram.
You got a
Put all my
nick-
shows in my story.
you gotta have a nickname, man. We're gonna find your nickname. God damn it. We're gonna find your nickname, Greg DePaul.
That's my comic name. That's my rap name. That's my name.
That's your name when you call people and ask for their money.
Yep, that's my debt collector name.
That, that's your traffic attendant name. Hi, I'm Greg DePaul. Right this way. Just pull up right
Yep, it says it
here.
right on my name tag. It was my Sam's Club name. It was my Walmart name.
I look. I don't know a lot of Greg, so that you can have it.
Yeah, no. It's weird because it feels like a common name, but I don't meet a lot of other ones.
No, I actually know. I met a Greg yesterday at a sneaker
Yeah,
store. Um, but yeah, it's Gregory, right?
yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Like it sounds like a common name, but it's not. There's not a lot of us.
No, it's not. There is not. Welcome to the
Yeah.
non-common name club. I'm going to start at University of Texas. This is back. This is Greg. There's only 10 of them. Back, there's only one of them. All right. All right. As always, make sure you follow the FeedBak everywhere on social media. I'm more active on
Oh
Instagram
yeah.
these days. I have this Twitter Space thing. I haven't used it yet. I've been on it a couple of times, but I haven't used it to do kind of like Clubhouse, but on Twitter. Um, and so yeah, but quick announcement. Hip Hop Bingo is coming back in June. I have more details on that later. And I think I'm gonna start doing more live podcasts now. Ever since Francisco's horrible fucking sound connection from
I can't wait to
Venezuela,
see that
even
one.
though I'm like, I got to get back because I used to do them at bars. I used to do my podcast at bars.
You're just doing the podcast from like a mud hut or whatever.
Seriously, man, it was. But I want to get back to that. So make sure you keep up, follow the FeedBak everywhere. Greg DePaul, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, this is the FeedBak podcast. This is what I do. This is what I love. I ain't
Oh
getting
yeah.
paid for it. I have a producer that I pay, but sometimes I wonder. Um, let's see what else. That's it. Make sure you check out the archive, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time, Greg. I know I'll see you around, and we'll catch
Yep.
you next time. Ciao, ciao.
All right. See you, man.